Today's video is all about buying a buy-to-let property under a personal name or limited company name. As you know, there is a Section 24 came in place. Lots of people, lots of landlord thinking to buy their buy-to-let property. They want to buy to limited company. So what is the benefit of buying a buy-to-let property through a personal name? So the benefit is if you buy it personal name, you normally get a bit cheaper mortgage rate. But the disadvantage is because of Section 24, previously you can actually claim all the mortgage interest as a allowable expense to calculate your rental income. But now you cannot actually claim that mortgage interest anymore as an allowable expense. Because of you cannot claim anymore that interest element as an expense, your rental income is going to be high, so you pay higher income tax. So what is the benefit of buying a buy-to-let property through a limited company? Limited company, as of now, still you can claim this interest you're paying for mortgage, so it will reduce your corporation tax bill. The other thing is corporation tax rate is a bit cheaper than personal tax rate. And it is also good if you think you're going to make a property portfolio. I think it's going through a limited company is a better idea. It is good for IST purpose as well when you structure the company at the beginning, so it will be easier to transfer shares and for IST purpose. Limited liability, if you have any problem with your company or what was initially thinking it was not going well and it's not going to be actually they cannot take your personal asset, so there is a less liability comparing with buying a property through a personal name. One disadvantage is when you actually try to get a mortgage through a limited company, the mortgage interest rate a bit high comparing with buying to a personal name. Company has a lots of regulations, so you need to maintain lots of paper and that. So in that case, your accountancy cost might be a bit higher. If I talk about tax perspective now, if you buy a buy-to-let property through a personal name, obviously you're gonna pay personal tax. Now, question is, what kind of tax band you are? If you are a basic rate tax band, you actually don't losing anything. Even if you cannot claim a mortgage interest, but you can actually claim the tax relief. So normally, if you're a basic rate taxpayer, you pay 20% tax, but the interest you cannot claim, you actually get a 20% tax relief on that. So if you are a basic rate taxpayer, it doesn't actually affect you anything. So it's no problem for you if you are a basic rate taxpayer, whether you're buying a personal name or limited company name. So there's no difference. But if you are a higher rate taxpayer, that is the point where you need to think where you should buy. So, for example, if you are a higher rate taxpayer, you're paying 40% tax on your rental income, but you're actually getting 20% tax relief. So basically, you're losing out 20%. So that is the point you need to think about whether you should buy under your personal name or a company name. Company corporation tax rate is a bit less than personal tax, but there is a double taxation. You pay on the profit you make in the company, you pay corporation tax. But later, if you want to take out the money from the company, you might need to do it through a dividend, but that dividend you need to pay again tax. So there is a double taxation issue. But the good thing is, if you don't want to take money out for the company, you can keep the money in the company and you keep buying another property and another property. So in that case, it's actually better if you buy through a limited company. Buying a buy-to-let property through a personal name or a company name, it's all depends on your tax, your income, based on your income scenario. So if you are a basic taxpayer, that's the one scenario, is no difference. And if you actually hire a taxpayer, and then is the question coming, what is your income band? And obviously, then I recommend you should actually get a professional advice from a tax advisor.